Here's my audience. Today I will talk about how the human experience is controlled by determinism. This means that everything that is happening in the present is either controlled or caused by something that has happened in the past. The term that I will be defining is experience, which means to either encounter or to undergo something. The first piece of supporting evidence that I have is from the good therapy. This talks about how the determinist may argue that the person's genes may cause him or her to have anxiety. An extreme determinist may argue that it is a gene-based activity. The tie back to this is that if you believe in determinism, then you may cause a problem for the past generation. The second piece of evidence that I have is from the website UVE Archives. This website talks about how the determinism in human behavior means that human behavior is caused by the person's characters, desires, or mental impulses, but that the person's characters, desires, mental impulses are ultimately caused by something that is out of their control, including the genetic inheritances, neurobiological inheritances, the environment, and many more things, including the upbringing of the person, the educational opportunities, the culture and the society, and the past times, which could include the past minutes, seconds, days, months, or possibly even years. The tie back to this is that this talks about different things that determinism can do. The humans will most likely experience all of the things that is talked about in this and that I talked about. Going into genetic inheritances and the upbringing of a child, the way you do things could decide on your future. The third piece of evidence that I have is from the Great Debate. This talks about the genetic determinism, which can gain support and influence from political notion, but since it is scientific connection between people's genes and the potential physical traits between things, they believe that the knowledge should be used to restructure the genetic lineup of certain people. The tie back to this is that people believe that they will be able to control what their children look like and know before that the child is born. Experience will tell that this is false, and they will never be able to guess what the children will look like. This leads me to talk about the counter arguments. The first thing my opponent may say is that people have a choice and have free will to do what they want. This is wrong because according to the Frontier website, people believe that determinism in the world, in the physical world, seems incompatible with freedom implied by free will. It is believed that the free will is not what is believed to do in the world. The second thing my opponent may say is that determinism is not real and it is a waste of time researching. This is wrong because according to the Conversation website, if determinism is true, everything that happened, all the acts are consequences of something that has happened in the past. Determinism is going into everything. You may not realize you have done it until after it's happened. After this happened, you might break something today, and it might be the cause of something that has happened in the past, either your past or past generations. It could either be fate or karma. The last thing my opponent may say is that determinism is taking over free will and is not good for the world. This is wrong because according to Mind Matter News, if everything is determined by the laws of physics and chemistry, then there is no genuine freedom. Determinism is taking over the world, and it is important, but it is not completely taking over free will. Determinism is important and is what most people use. After saying all this, you might ask, am I using determinism every day? The answer is yes. Determinism is taking over the world and is used to do almost everything. This might make you anxious or possibly many more things. you might not even realize you're using determinism until after you've done it, and then it's too late. While some people may try to convince you that free will is more important than determinism and is used more, they are wrong. Human experience is being controlled by determinism. Am I using determinism every day? Here's my audience again.